Alan, I can't say we've having a great week. I'm not going to say good evening. It certainly can't be. Okay, so we've been banging on about these numbers since they came out yesterday. Before we get into solutions and what do we do next, what's been the impact on industry?
Well, it's a very huge impact, as you appreciate. When people are not employed, it means businesses suffer. Because what tends to happen is that you can't sell more burgers if you're in the business of making burgers and chips.
Yeah.
You can't sell more airtime if you're in the business of telecoms or selling phones or gadgets or furniture or irons, that kind of stuff. So it does have a very dampening effect on economic activity. And therefore, in the end, it makes the state to receive less revenue by way of taxes, whether direct or indirect.
So just to explain it a little bit more to me, in layman's terms, is it because you don't have enough people to do those things for you, or there aren't enough people to buy those things?
There are not enough people to buy things from you because they need to have disposable income before they can buy a house or before they can buy furniture for that particular house.
So growing the economy, many say, is not the only answer to this. Growing the economy, we need more than that. What would be the more?
We need more than growing the economy because we need ideas. In other words, sometimes you can grow the economy in a way in which it does not actually create jobs. You know, you've had jobless growth in many environments and not just in South Africa. So what you need to have new ideas now. We need to actually start by questioning the usual theories that we actually deploy when we solve problems. I mean, everything starts by you understanding what is the root cause of the problem. And I think that resourcing a solution for a problem that you don't actually understand very, very clearly creates difficulties in respect of outcomes that you desire. So we do need to question the usual things that we think we can do in respect of when we grow the economy by 5%, how many jobs is it actually going to create? By going back to base and say, okay, what kind of activity do we actually require for us to have those jobs? And in fact, is job growth the issue? Or is issue hunger, poverty, homelessness, and a whole range of other social ills? And maybe people don't even have to work, but they need to eat. They need to have accommodation, healthcare, schooling, and all those things that they need to have. And maybe we need to solve that problem as well as saying how we're going to enable those who can actually get into the employment queues to actually get into the employment queues and actually get employed.
And that's those who are actually waiting for a place in those queues, that we're not counting those who aren't bothered because they've just simply given up, or those who are not, who have no skills. I mean, it's shocking and it's so worrying that we have so many young people who aren't even in school, aren't even in tertiary education, aren't even at some technical college somewhere trying to find their skill.
Absolutely.
And what are we doing about that?
That's exactly the point. I think that the other thing that we need to stop doing is rely too much on government. I mean, you and I have seen government ministers. I don't think that they have a magic wand. We can complain all we like about President Cyril Ramaphosa. He grew up in the same townships where we grew up. He's not going to be endowed with particular talents and endowments that he actually doesn't have. So all of us need to now get involved and actually identify the opportunities for the things that we need to do. We have opportunities. One of those opportunities is that we are essentially a primary economy in respect of we dig things from the ground and we sell them. We plant things, we actually harvest them, and then we sell them to other people. And we don't do much in respect of value-add products, in respect of the mineral resources that we have. And I think that we need to unleash those kinds of ideas. But more than anything else is not just to have plans, but to create a level of execution capability, which I think is one of the biggest risks that we face in South Africa today, in particular in us as well, changing the culture where we think the government has got the solutions when we in the private sector are not coming into the party.
Stashing their money, I believe, is what people are saying. Corporate is stashing their money. We need to find the stash. Thank you very much, Alan Mukoki, for that insight, CEO of the South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry.